Sorry. If I can just sit where you are, please, Scott.
I'll have my phone ready.
So after coming up with the idea for your drain power thing, what exactly did you do to kickstart it?
So we came up with the idea to kickstart it as how? Like to kickstart it as a business or to kickstart it as an idea taking next steps?
Right, as a business. I mean, I know you submitted it in some entrepreneurship thing for like kids 15 to 18, was it?
So yeah, okay, I'll go into that. So we actually submitted to the Youth Entrepreneurship Challenge last year, just with an idea and the premise of missing school for 2 days. Then we got told we got put to the 18 to 35-year-old category. We were only 16, so we kind of knew we had a valuable idea at that point. And then when we won the 18 to 35-year-old division, then we really knew we had a valuable at that point. And ever since then, which was May 14th, 2015, we've started a business.
And have you made any actual money off your idea yet?
In funds, not exactly. In profits, but we do receive, I can't really talk about too much of it, but we do receive investment, and as well we receive money from competitions we go to help us take the idea from the next steps. And as well, we're looking at starting our early access program pretty soon, so people can actually purchase the product as a pre-order.
And what did you do with the money that you received? Did you just invest it in drain power? Or did you?
It's all being strictly put right back into the drain power bank account, and everything we've won, we see how we can use it for drain power, or we sell it and use the money for drain power, or some things we might keep for ourselves, like water bottles and stuff like that. But other than that, we don't really keep much.
Okay. And has your success, you think, made you more popular at school?
I don't really know. Not many people know about it. We kind of keep a low key on it. I don't really want people to know me and make me more popular for having an idea. So I just kind of keep it pretty low key.
Do you think kids have tried to mooch off you for your success? Because I remember last year in French there were some gentlemen who they wanted in on your business and they were being quite friendly toward you, and you know, previously they hadn't.
They were just kind of joking around. I'm buds with Jesse and Carson. We hang out a lot, so I don't really think I think it was more of a joke than anything, to be honest. I didn't really take much of it.
And do you think sinks with the pipes themselves, I'm not sure the size of the drain power device, but would they have to be refitted in order to accommodate this drain power?
No, we're making connectors and we're designing easy to install units. So the drain power device is 2-inch, standard pipe is 2-inch in most drains. As well, it can be 1.5 inch and 3 inch. So we make reducers and expanders to accommodate for our device.
Do you know of any varied applications for drain power? Like, I don't know, you could put it on the back of people's pants so every time they fart that it powers their iPods or something.
That would be more of a...
I'm kidding.
I know varied responses for drains specifically, but for the actual idea of spinning to electricity...
Could you go to the music room, please?
So for the idea of actual like hydroelectricity or wind electricity or spinning a turbine from some type of force, I don't know if drain power would really take that next avenue, but we for sure do have different ideas for drain power on where to install it and what the electricity can be used for as closed systems or open systems.
Okay. Is it still running?
Yeah.
Okay. And did you get an offer to go on Dragon's Den?
We actually got asked to go to the applications for Dragon's Den, but we politely declined because we feel like we're not at that stage yet. It'd be kind of hard to go into Dragon's Den and people go, "What's your sales? 0. What's your profitability? 0. What's this? What's that?" And all the numbers would have came back 0 for them. But maybe next year we might. But there's not really much sense of going on Dragon's Den unless you really need them, and right now we don't really need them. So.
And what do you think drain power is worth right now, if you're allowed to answer that?
I can't answer that.
All right. Would you consider yourself to maybe be a bit smarter than the majority of kids here?
No. I feel like every kid has actually a good idea. Drain Power has started a campaign called Brighter Tomorrow, It's helping kids with their ideas and get them off the ground. We connect the child or youth to the actual thing they need. So maybe little Jimmy has something he wants to make and get 3D printed, then we get him access to a 3D printer. Maybe Sam wants to, I don't know, design an app. We get him connected with somebody who's an app developer.
Cool. Do you think you're smarter than Scott here?
No, I don't know. I don't really know IQ.
Probably not. What are you going to do after school? How much do you know about business management, or did you have to learn that beforehand?
Actually, I've been doing this all kind of on the fly with mentors and helping me to take the necessary steps. I took business management and organization this year in school after we've started up, and it's kind of cool to connect what we learn in class and actually do it in person, so that's fun.
And with regular sinks, you get clogged with the calcifications and all the hair and stuff that goes down the drain. I imagine with a little turbine or whatever, I'm not sure exactly what the prototype looks like, but how often would you have to replace it because of things like that, or is there fail-safe in place?
We have fail-safes, and we also have easy-to-clean modules, so in case that does happen, then you can very easily clean your unit with a screw-off piece, and it'll unscrew, and you can clean the turbine itself.
Have you yet had to compete with any other businesses?
We're not really at the competition stage because we have not really had much sales. We've had a lot of help from the community itself, so we probably will have to compete. We do have some competitors out there in the residential renewable
Following
energy.
students, please go to room 201. Andrew Tingley, Tanisha McNeil, Michaela Jameson.
So, like, we don't really have to worry about competition, but we'll have to definitely compete in the residential renewable energy market. But what's our competitive advantage is our low price, easy to install, and easy to maintain units opposed to other rest in the market. So we're hoping that really maintains.
And when you came up with the idea, you mentioned to Scott that Ka was kind of the techie one here. Did he actually know how to build the drain power device when...
We've kind of been learning on the fly, so we both kind of Google and stuff like that just to kind of learn how to 3D print and design CADs and stuff like that. I had the general idea behind drain power and how to work it, and I did have a working little prototype. So right now we're just kind of perfecting that together as a team.
Cool. And as a team, how many people are involved in the project?
Just Kyle and I currently, but we do have many mentors and people who help us. And connections, and in our office we have about 16 people who can help us at any time. So we go ask them for advice and they'll help us out.
And how are you guys advertising yourselves? I meant you said earlier you wanted to keep a kind of lower profile, but...
Yeah, we're trying to keep a lower profile right now until we get our incorporation papers and our competitives, and also get a patent, not a patent, but a sealable trademark on it. So we kind of want to keep a low profile because other places like Panasonic and stuff like that could literally just scoop right under the radar. They have the money and sources to make this develop in 2 months compared to the year and a half of work that we've been doing behind it.
And to start a company, I know you need a business license, but don't you need some sort of scientific credentials to produce the sort of device you're making here?
Not exactly. You need an engineer's stamp, and you also need a red seal from the government of Canada. We're applying for that at the end of July, or even earlier if we can get it. But we have engineers who help us out with the designing. Right now we're trying to get the main premises done, and then we're taking it to a lab in Sudbury, Ontario for a week in July.
It's a memory card.
And at the end of July, Sudbury, we're going to take it to the engineering staff, and they're going to help us CNC and make it a full working prototype.
It's very ambitious. Is this your first business endeavor? Maybe when you were a kid you ran a lemonade stand.
Yeah, I'm very entrepreneurial, people say. Any way I can try and make money, I will. I also run a snowblower business on the side. When I was a kid, I did have little things that I sold that I'd make, and then sell to people. These are things from bracelets anywhere to... They vary from bracelets to lemonade. So I didn't have a lemonade stand specifically, but just kind of that idea of selling little things to people.
And if you do make it big, maybe if you become the next Donald Trump, I don't know. How would you help the world?
I definitely give back to the entrepreneurship community in New Brunswick itself. We want to stay in the Made Canada label. We don't want to get made in China or anything because we want to bring jobs back to the local region. I've talked to the Premier many times and we have to keep jobs in New Brunswick because every week 12 people leave New Brunswick, and as a major export of people that we should really keep it. So we definitely have to spike up jobs here, and we're hoping that if we become an industry, we're going to be one of those things because entrepreneurs are the next step for New Brunswick.
Do you think there might be a bit of a danger in putting an electrical converter next to a water source?
Not exactly. This is done many places with hydroelectricity. There's safe ways to do it, so we're definitely working on those.
Okay. And based on what you're doing right now, how successful do you think you'll become? I mean, there's an accelerating environmental concern, and gasoline, oil, the prices is dropping there. So based on that, have you guys had any thought to where you might be in 10 years?
We've had thoughts, yeah, for sure. If those thoughts are going to become a reality, that's a whole different ballgame. Definitely, there is a need for renewable energy in today's market. 174,000 people die every year because of toxic global warming effects. So those numbers are expected to double by 2020. So definitely, these renewable energy numbers they're needed for sure. And Tesla's coming out with the new cars and stuff like that. So it's not just us helping to innovate the world, it's other people.
And I'm sure you've heard the old adage to not mix business with friendship. Have you considered the probability of being presented with an opportunity to make lots of more money if it entails ditching your business partner Kyle?
I will never let go of Kyle. Kyle's just as much a part of this as I am. We both started the business together just as I had the premise of the ideology behind it. But for sure, Kyle I'll always keep, and I hope he'll keep me. But we're both as much train power as anybody else, so we both have 50-50 stakes in it, so there's not really much either of us can do.
It's very sweet of you. So yeah, you guys are friends as well as business partners, it seems. And how do you think the drain power will shape the market of the world economy, or shape the market of the world of eco-friendly power?
We're hoping that we'll introduce it'll pave the way for more people to buy inexpensive